Folks, this is about taking the limits off and us moving forward as one unit. I need to bring up a photo for us. Okay, it's an elementary photo, but guys, it speaks so many volumes, okay? Let me bring this up here. This is what we're talking about right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're talking about here, right here, ladies and gentlemen. All of us pulling together on the same team, okay? For each other, that each of us gets over the finish line. I know we have a society where it's all about divide and conquer, okay? But that leaves us every man for himself. That leaves us not understanding and being conscious that if we come together, we are better and we become wealthier when we all come together and we're pulling in the same direction. I love this visual here. Look at them, they're pulling. Each one is carrying his own weight. And guys, I typically use the fist as a great example. Let me stop my screen share, okay? It's no accident of the metrics of our hand to a fist. Now see, this is how we are as a society. We're all in the same world, but it's like it's every man doing his own thing. It's like every man for himself. Like many businesses, every business for himself. It's all about monopoly. It's all about divide and conquer. Oh, but ladies and gentlemen, when we come together, okay? When we come together, right? We are a powerful entity when we come together. See, when we're trying to slap like this, right? With our, with our hands, we're all divided. It's not that much impact. But when we come together and we build a fist, we pack a powerful punch. And so we got to understand, it's said in all generations, throughout lifetime, that when we come together, there is nothing that we're not able to accomplish. And I have not seen a platform that has been so conducive for everyone to come together, no one having to worry about any resistance in terms of the work required for all of us to receive whatever our goals are, okay? I haven't seen a platform to where there's zero skill set. And I need that to hit you like a ton of bricks. There is zero skill set. And as others are getting their residual goals, everyone else is getting their residual goals. Why? Because as we're all pulling in the same direction, using that tug of war, okay? We're all on the same side. We're pulling one person this month to 1 million. We pull in next month another person to 1 million. We pull in next month for another family to 1 million. We're pulling next month for a church to be at 1 million. We're pulling next month for a charity to be at 1 million. We're pulling next month. We're pulling next month for our 3 to be at 1 million each. We're pulling next month for our children's college tuition to be totally paid. We're pulling next month to eradicate all this debt. We're pulling next month for the next person to be a millionaire. No resistance here. Now, there's trepidation though. Let me tell you why. Let me show you why. Right here. And share my screen here. First website I'm gonna bring up is this website right here, because this hits home for me. This website is called businessforhome.org. businessforhome.org, okay? This keeps a list of all the top, okay, home-based businesses, top income earners list, things of that nature, okay? It's like the Grammys or the Oscars of direct sales, okay? And as you can see here, it has the income earners list, right? And a lot of times you see some of the same faces from company to company to company, okay? But I just want you to pay attention. Do you see what these people are making on a monthly basis? And yet, look at this. You see this prove it, right? This prove it, okay? Now, I'm not putting down any company. I'm not talking about any company. I got a point that I'm trying to make here. Why isn't it that it just seemed like it's this one person that's at 1.5 million a month? So don't tell me we can't do $1 million a month for people, but this is what that you're not seeing. Why don't you see other people that are in her downline? Why don't you see them and their names on here too? Why is it this one prove it right here? Okay, because that is the hierarchy business, to where it caters to the Supermans, the Batmans, the Wonder Womans, the Black Panthers, the gurus, where it has a 97% revolving door and only a 3% success rate. Kudos to Miss Jessie Ward. I have nothing against her. I'm sure she put in the work, put in the effort over the years or whatever, got herself to the top. But folks, in this life, in my world, it's all about not just Douglas Ford. It's not just about my son. It's not just about Paul. It's not just about Linda. It's not just about Greg. It's not just about Nicole, Bridget. Folks, I want it to be where it's co-op business, 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 co-op business. Because we have that type of platform, folks. All these companies right here, they are subject to saturation. Meaning, as this company gets larger and larger, it becomes more and more saturated, unless they're adding other shiny objects of services or products to generate another, whatever, millions or billions of dollars, if it does that. But many times you see these leaders come in these companies, they may be there for 6, 7 years at the most, and then what? They're on to the next one. We don't have to worry about that with this company, folks. This is why we want our leader, whoever your leader is, you want them to get to $1 million cat quick. You want to know why? I am right behind you. You'll be right behind them. And then once we all are cycling to $1 million, do you know our next million is even made that much faster? Why? Because the community now is already built. And we will never have to shut the water faucet off, ladies and gentlemen, because we're not subject to any saturation. So the trepidation, though, for over the years of people get invited to many of these different companies, okay? Many of these different companies. I've known leaders in many of these different companies that have left the company and gone on to something else. I did not want to be a part of that hamster wheel anymore. When I saw co-op and what it offered, even though it's not hitting you with all the fancy lifestyle bonuses, generational bonuses, pin levels, ranks, hanging out with the millionaire, all of that. I did all of that. I did. And I was successful. But for me, I'm like Snoop Dogg. It is no fun if my homies, if my team is not experiencing the same success as well. And so, folks, when I go to the board, I need you to understand what I'm about to show you applies to about 99.9%, because with these companies, it's based on production, needing a level of skill set. Here, let me just show you. I got my screen shared. Let me just show you. Where is that slide at here? I'm gonna find it here. Give me a second. Here it is. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Is that it? Perfect. Okay. So I Googled this. I said, most important skills for network marketing builders to be successful. Look at this, folks. So when you're looking at this list here, you see all these people making millions a month. Okay. Going down the list, okay? A lot of folk, millions of, $500,000, look, $500,000 a month, $500,000 a month, okay? It's all from different companies, okay? You have some companies, but understand, folks, some of these companies got, probably got hundreds of thousands, millions of people in there. And all you're seeing is just a handful of people, if that, crossing over $500,000 or $300,000 or $200,000 a month, just a handful of people. No, we want everybody, but it's not going to be feasible for everybody when the company is subject to saturation. But when there's no saturation point, when we're able to just, like an infinity sign, folks, we just keep going and going. Cash flow just keeps flowing like air. Air is infinite. It's infinity air. We can never run out of it. We can probably pollute it, but it's always going to be there. We'll never have to wake up and no air. 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 That's how our money should be. Money, 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 wealth, wealth, my bills taken care of, no financial worry. Not to say that I'm not gonna have issues, but if I do have issues, I'll be able to solve them. Because a large percentage of them have to do, or has been a domino effect of, a lack of money. Guys, I'm not one that's about money, but we've made money so unimportant throughout our lives to where now it needs to be major because we prioritize everything else above it. See, a car runs on 4 good inflated tires, not 3, not 2. Many of us got the spiritual thing down pat. Some of us got the mental and the educational down pat, the emotional down pat. Some of us got the spiritual down pat. What I said? No, I said spiritual first, then mental and emotional, okay? And then physical. Some of us need to work on that. But a lot of us got physical, we physically fit. So we're physically fit. We're mentally, emotionally fit. We're spiritually fit. But what's that other one? Financially, okay? And I'm not talking about being financially fit because you know how to live below your means. See, to me, if you are not able to outpace inflation, you are poor, broke. Why? Because you are subject to inflation. We should be outpacing inflation, and inflation is always elevated. So therefore, our monies should be always elevating above and beyond inflation. That doesn't happen in a divide and conquer setting. You see this here? Because there is saturation, that's why it's competition. Come on, Douglas, talk to us. Because there is saturation, there is then competition. So now it does become monopoly, where I got to make sure I dominate more spots of the monopoly board than you, where with our company, folks, there is no competition. The only competition is us and our ability to believe and our ability to urgently want it for my fellow man. So let's go to the board, because what I'm about to show you represents 98 or 99% of a lot of these companies. I'm just getting started, but I'll be done. So we know because these things require, hold on, let me go back. Because we know these things in most cases require certain skill sets. See all these folks, a lot of them have leadership skills. A lot of them have built themselves personal development where they got listening skills, meaning another way of saying people skills. Then they have relationship building. That's another realm of people skills. Then there's team building, know how to galvanize, motivate, inspire. Now, there's been some skills I've learned in there that I've brought to the table, yes. But that's why I say, with us, you don't have to be Douglas Ford. But with these companies, you got to be Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Black Panther, okay, to really get to the breakthrough, to get to these monies right here in their industry. So yes, it is remarkable. But understand, a lot of those people, they have built a level of influence, and they have built a platform that when they came to the table of that business, it was a great fit for them. And I'm not saying that they didn't help anybody, because obviously you have to help others in order to be able to receive that type of money. But my point is, with so many people going from company to company to company, it leaves a lot of carnage just left out on the street of folks that got involved and they were so gung-ho, and the next thing I know, 3 months, 6 months later, oh, their leader is gone to a whole nother thing. And here you are, just sort of wagging the tail, if you would, being the caboose, just getting involved, okay? You've gone to 3, 4, 5, 6 different companies, and you haven't had that breakthrough. And so now what happens? You just end up saying it's only the people at the top that win. And that's because, in actuality, it is, but it's not because really of people jumping from company to company to company. That's all a symptom of the fact that all these companies are subject to saturation, folks. And so as saturation sets in, okay, the opportunity in the beginning is not the same when it gets to a point to where it reaches a point of stability, okay? But you see those skill sets, sales skills, team building, relationship, listening skills, leadership, those are all required to get to these levels in these type of platforms. And so this is what this leads to. And this is where the trepidation comes in for us. Okay. I'll show you what this leads to here. So when someone gets in any one of those companies, so say it's you, right? Well, no, forget the circle. So you come in. I did the circle again. I didn't want to do that. So this is you, right? Then what? You bring in a friend. Okay? You bring in a coworker. Well, no, you know what? I want to make it personal. Let's make it personal. Let's make it personal. That's what I said I wanted to do. I want to make this personal because I want to go to my community. Okay? Now, you guys see these names here? Close that down. Y'all see these names here? So we're gonna go with, who's that, Beverly. Let's go with Beverly, okay? So this is Bev. So this is people getting in those other companies, but I'm just using names in our community. This is Key, okay? Then we got Joe. Then we have then Jeffrey. Oops. Then we have Jeffrey. I just put Jeff. Then we have Darren, okay? Then we have Dave, okay? Who's next? Then we got Greg. Okay. Then we got Steven. Then who's next? Then we got Chris. Then we got John. Let's go ahead and add Dennis in there somewhere. Here's Dennis. That should be enough names, okay? So guys, I'm using our community because I want to make this personal. And what I mean, all of us pulling together, getting the next person to $1 million, we want people to get their cat quick. But let me show you why there's trepidation. And trepidation, it engages with the emotions. And most people are more engaged with their emotions than they are with their level of intellect. So, what happens in those companies? Dennis may get in and Dennis may make some money, right? But then Bev may get in and makes no money. Key may not make any money. This is XYZ company that I'm talking about. Joe may not make no money. Jeff, he made some money. Darren maybe made some money. But Dave didn't make any money. Greg didn't make any money. Steven didn't make any money. Chris made some money. John didn't make any money. This is 99% of other companies because it required what? Skill sets. It required skill set. And when it requires skill set, folks, it's going to need a level of production that needs to be done, or a level of personal development that's going to be required in order for people to make money. So when I say production, that's why you always have to go out there and sell, or recruit. And so it builds a conditioning that I've already been through 4 of these, 5 of these, 6 of these, and they all seem to operate the same way. Some will win, but most will not. And so that's when it becomes a numbers game for the most part. Because you can still become successful as long as you're able to connect with the leader. So now people, they kind of know the tricks of the trade. They say, well, we need to get in when a leader gets in. And we can connect that leader and receive spillover, right? So ladies and gentlemen, and our platform. Now, Dennis, Bev, Key, Joe, Jeff, Darren, Dave, Greg, Steven, Chris, John, and everybody else, put your name there in place of any one of their names and put your name there. This is what's happening in this platform. And the reason why I say there's no resistance, why? Because there's no skill sets. There is no skill set. No skill set required here. No no skill set. No skill set. And so watch this. So this is why here, because of this, it has a 97% failure rate. 97%. And this is the trepidation that people walk around with. And so when they get put in front of co-op, the first thing they're going to think and have their perspective, well, what if my 3 don't do it? I'm going to tell you why your 3 are not going to do it, because they have the trepidation. I've been involved in other companies. I did what they said, and I didn't make any money. I even brought my friends and my family and my coworkers. And now, you know, our relationship is kind of because, hey, you know, I got involved. It cost me money. I didn't make my money. You didn't, you know, so on to the next thing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what if the success ends up being like this? Are y'all tracking? Everyone's doing, right in red. Everyone's doing 2 steps. And having 3 friends also do 2 steps. Everyone's doing that one time. You do 2 steps, have 3 others do 2 steps. Everyone's doing that one single time. And this is how the outcome looks, folks. So Dennis does the 2 steps. What's gonna happen with Dennis? Money. Bev does the 2 steps. What happens? Money. Key, money. Joe, money. Jeff, money. Darren, money. Dave, money. Greg, money. Stephen, money. Chris, money. John, money. That's what we have. If it's fixed for everybody to win, should we be trying to get Dennis, Ben, Key, Joe, Jeff to $1 million in 1 month, cat quick? Yes. Why? Because them going, we are next. We are next. And then those that come after, they are next. Because what happens in our platform? Okay. Probably should have moved these names back further so I can have more room. Because what happens when when Bev received money, Dennis received more money. What happens when Key receives money? Bev receives money, and Dennis receives more money. What happened when Joe received money? Key receives money, Bev receives money, Dennis receives more money. What happened when Jeff made money? Joe made money, Key made more money, Bev made more money, Dennis made more money. What happened when Darren made money? Jeff made money, Joe made money, Key made money, Bev made money, Dennis made money. What happened when Dave made money? Darren made more money, Jeff made more money, Joe made more money, Key made more money, Bev made more money, Dennis made more money. What happened when Greg made money? Dave made more money, Darren made money, Jeff made more money, Joe made more money, Key made more money, Bev made more money, Dennis made more money. What happened when Stephen made money? Greg made money, Dave made more money, Darren made more money. Jeff made more money. Joe made more money. Key made more money. Bev made more money. Dennis made more money. What happened when Chris made money? Steve made more money. Greg made more money. Dave made more money. Darren made more money. Jeff made more money. Joe made more money. Key made more money. Bev made more money. Dennis made more money. What happened when John made money? Chris made more money. Stephen made more money. Greg made more money. Dave made more money. Darren made more money. Jeff made more money. Joe made more money. Key made more money. Bev made more money. Dennis made more money. John brings in Doug. What happens when Doug made money? John made more money. Chris made more money. Stephen made more money. Greg made more money. Dave made more money. Darren made more money. Jeff made more money. Joe made more money. Key made more money. Bev made more money. And Dennis made more money. Are y'all seeing us just go one right behind the other? Are y'all seeing us pulling together and it's increasing everyone's ongoing residual cash flow? Are you seeing everybody's money increasing? So when you talk about only one person on the leaderboard, that is called divide and conquer. When you see all of us going in the same direction because it's already fixed in the system to do this every time, independent of our involvement, through the artificial intelligence that it's already baked in the system to do this, folks. I keep saying it's like a fixed fight. If you think about WWE, those wrestlers go to the ring already knowing it's a fixed fight. We know this person with all our, fake hitting and drop kicks and coming off, flying off the top ropes, throwing chairs and breaking tables, they already know who is going to win. Why? It's already said and determined. The monies and the artificial intelligence is already fixed. And so now we'll get into the details. But folks, look how this money operates. You are not gonna find another company that pays out like this. So the only adversary that we have is trepidation. Is the trepidation from other companies when it was like Dennis made money, but then Bev didn't make no money. Key didn't make no money. Joe didn't make no money. Jeff made some money. Darren didn't make no money. Dave didn't make no money. Greg made some money. Steve made no money. Chris made no money. John made money. But Doug didn't make no money. That's businesses of the past. We are not these companies, ladies and gentlemen. We are not these companies. We are not these types of entities. We don't worry about no cycling. We don't worry about no rotating. We don't worry about having to go out there and sell. We're just doing 2 steps. 2 steps. 1 time. 2 steps. And receiving and having this type of result is dead. No more trepidation. No more worrying. Now, got another website to show you and then we'll close it. Because here's another divide and conquer. It's another divide and conquer. It's another divide and conquer. Okay? Go here. Comparing the top online fundraising and crowdfunding platforms. A lot of people are running to the GoFundMe to get their funding, right? Wow, look at this. Okay. Look at GoFundMe now, folks. Totally raised in GoFundMe is $25 billion. Guys, they're simply making money off of people looking to get money for whatever funding that they need, cause, whatever it may be. 50 million supporters. 50 million supporters. But look, they got a payment fee because GoFundMe got to make money. Okay. Trust me, they're not letting this happen on their service and they're not making any money. You see, they make 2.9% plus 30 cents. Okay. So they provide a service where you can put your cause, add a video or a paragraph or a picture, and solicit whatever your cause is. And it'll allow people to go on the platform and be able to give money. But here, everybody has a cause. And you see there's $25 billion that's been raised collectively for 50 million people that have supported. But you want to know something? Every GoFundMe or any crowdfund platform, you can go through all these. All of them have a 85% failure rate where they don't hit their goal. Okay? 85% of people that do a traditional crowdfund or any type of fundraiser for that matter, 85% do not hit their funding goals. 65 to 70% don't even cross 25% of whatever the goal is. So they're looking for $1,000. Many of them don't even cross over $250 to get to the $1,000. So when you do these GoFundMes, okay, it relies on the goodwill of others. It relies on people having a network of people with money that can give. It relies on you becoming a marketing guru to get your campaign seen and put in front of as many folks as possible. It relies on you being connected to an influencer that utilizes their platform or their network, and based on relationship, or maybe you paying them to speak on your behalf of your cause and campaign. That's why not many people get their funding goals. And then there's a prejudice and the biasness that's also wrapped in it. Because think about it. I have my own, people have their own personal goals and causes that they want to have their money for. So when it comes between your cause being funded versus mine, I'm more apt and biased to mine. I'm more prejudiced to mine or the things that I really want to give my money to. And so therefore, there's that prejudice and biasness in the crowdfund activity. And when you receive your money, does anybody else benefit on that? The answer to that is no. When a church raises funds, whether it's 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, does any other church benefit on that one church receiving from whatever gathering and crowdfund that it did? No, only that church. So ladies and gentlemen, here, I can put all churches right here. And it's gonna be the same outcome for all churches. All around the world. A church in China, a church in America, a church in Canada, a church in Russia, a church in Jamaica, a church in Puerto Rico, a church in Mexico, a church in Spain. It don't matter. A nonprofit in America, a nonprofit in Mexico, a nonprofit in Canada, a nonprofit in Ireland. It doesn't matter. We come together. All of us doing a little so that we're all receiving a lot. I'll come back to this one more time, folks. It's about this right here. We all pulling together. Pulling together. Pulling together. Getting everyone to $1 million cat quick. Why? We're right behind you. I am right behind you. Next person, $1 million cat quick. Why? I am right behind you. And you guys know, even though this may be a little bit of motivating or inspirational video, what I'm saying is factual. Because the system warrants. The automation does this. What's already been planted and baked and fixed is just needing us to pull together like this. Show this to those that are sitting on the fence. Show this to those that need to see this. I'm putting this on a YouTube video. We are powerful and better together. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. It's a universal principle. It's the way God designed us. We gotta do away with any trepidation from the past and know that anytime, every time, and all the time, when a digital wallet opens from you onward, it's always gonna have you receiving over and over and over and increasing, because it's always multiplying by 3. Guys, this is Douglas Ford out of Houston, Texas. It's time to win. It's time to win. There's no resistance in any of us being able to win. Only by what's going on right here. But we're divorcing that trepidation. We're not even gonna give life to anything that's gonna resist us from getting the person that invited us into this business to $1 million. Because me getting you and our families, our friends, our co-workers, our business partners, our staff, our board of directors, our corporations, our churches, our mosques, our religions, our foundations, our communities, our neighborhoods, our hospitals, schools, don't matter. Come together. Come together. We just want to see you at the top, folks. We look forward to seeing you elevating to $1 million this month. And if it don't happen for you this month, then next month. If it don't happen for you this next month, then let's go for the next month. Guys, we're going to produce millionaires every month from this day forward. This is D Ford out of the great state of Texas, by way of Houston. We just won't see you at the top. We're going to see each and every one of you as a millionaire and over the top. A millionaire and then some. D Ford, I'm out.